everyone, I'm Audrey, your teen librarian at the Franklin-Springboro Public Library, and welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to show you a super easy, really sweet Mother's Day gift that you can make all on your own, and that is the gift of French toast. It's so easy that you only need 3 ingredients. If you happen to have a couple more, we'll get into that, then it'll just be a little more flavorful, but you don't even need those, just 3 ingredients. And we're baking it in the oven, so you don't have to worry about cooking anything on the stovetop and burning anything or yourself. You don't have to cut anything, so you're not worrying about knives or anything like that. So this is going to be a really easy way to make a batch of French toast. So our 3 ingredients. First, of course, we need bread. I am using sourdough bread. I'm sure you can use wheat bread, multigrain, anything you want, or anything that the person you're making it for might want, as long as it's a nice thick slice of bread. It's going to be soaking up egg and milk, which are our other 2 ingredients, so you want to make sure that it's cut really nice and thick. Our other ingredients, we need 5 eggs and 1/4 cup of milk. That's it. The other bonus ingredient is vanilla extract. So if you happen to have this, we'll put it in the bowl. If not, then that's okay too. You will also need a bowl, which is what we already have the eggs in here. You'll need a sheet pan, of course, because that is what we're putting the French toast on. Aluminum foil. You're using that to cover the sheet pan just because it makes cleanup a lot easier. I don't like to have to do more than I need to, so we're going to use aluminum foil on the sheet pan. The last thing we need is I'm using a nonstick cooking spray, again, just because it makes it even easier. If you don't have this, that's totally fine. You'll just need butter because we're going to end up spraying the pan down to make sure the toast doesn't stick. So this is a good recipe too, that you can kind of mix it up a little bit and do your own thing. If you don't have one, then you can have the other. Like with the milk, I'm using whole milk, but if you want to use 2%, even almond milk, this is a really good flexible recipe to use. To start, we need to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. There we go. Now, the most important thing when you're cooking or baking is washing your hands thoroughly. Now, I am going to probably wash my hands several times throughout this recipe just because, you know, we're touching food. Even if your hands are clean, you just want to make sure you wash your hands really well, and that way you're not like cross-contaminating or anything like that. So let's go wash our hands. I've already got my pan and aluminum foil out. Oh, now we're done with that. Move that off to the side. Oh, see, I was already ready to move on to something else. We're still using the sheet pan. Now we're taking our cooking spray and we're going to coat the aluminum foil really well. So let's go back to the sink and spray this down really quick. Now we're done with that. So, and our oven's already preheated, so that's even cooler. Now we want to mix the vanilla and milk first. So let's get the eggs out of here. And like I said, it's 1/4 cup of milk, and we're using 1 tablespoon of the vanilla. If you accidentally pour a little too much, it's not going to hurt anything, so don't worry about that. Now, the reason I took the eggs out, and we're going to do that last in this portion of the recipe, because once we start cracking the eggs, it's going to get all over our fingers, and I want to wash my hands after I touch the eggs. You're going to firmly tap the egg on your countertop. You don't want to smash it too hard because then you're just going to have egg exploded all over your counter. You don't want to do it too soft because then you're going to have to keep hammering at it. So we're going to do a nice firm tap, a nice crack in there. I don't know if you can see that. And use your thumbs and just break it apart, just like that. We don't want to touch anything with our fingers because we've got egg goop all over them. So now back to the sink to wash our hands again. Okay, now we are going to whisk this and stir it all up and get it to be a nice good mixture in here. So let me get our whisk. If you don't have a whisk, a fork will do just fine. You put the whisk in the sink. All right, so now we've got our egg mixture ready to go. Again, that's that. Really, the hard part's done. Now, we will take our bread and soak it in the egg mixture. So, yep, see, I'm reading my recipe just to be on the safe side. Okay, you want to get it coated real nice all over the place. So you can see here, it's coated pretty evenly on both sides. Just kind of let that excess drip off just a little bit and pop it right on your baking sheet. You know what? I think I'm only going to be able to make 4 slices, but that's okay. This recipe calls for 8 slices of bread. So this is going to be a lot of egg mix left over in the bowl, but you know what? Again, it's just eggs, it's just milk, no big deal. If you have extra, make some more on a different sheet pan. Not a problem. So, oh yeah. All right. So, time to wash our hands again. All right, so we've got our makings for the French toast. Now, we're gonna season it with cinnamon. I think I forgot to say that earlier. You definitely need cinnamon. Cinnamon is what really gives it that French toast feel, not just like baked bread or something. So I forgot to mention earlier, cinnamon's one of those ingredients. So I guess technically you need 4 ingredients. But let's make sure we coat all of this really well and really even. Of course, it's all to taste, so if you don't like cinnamon that much, you can use just a little. If you like cinnamon a lot, then put a bunch on. You don't want it to be too saturated with cinnamon, but go for it. We've got our French toast ready to go into the oven. I want to make sure, yep, the oven racks are in the middle here. You don't want it too high or too low because you want a nice even bake on it. So we are going to put these in the oven for 8 minutes. So when the oven goes off in about 30 seconds, we want to make sure we've got our oven mitts. And I've got my cute little oven mitts here and the cooling rack. This just keeps it from whatever you're putting the hot tray on. You don't want to like burn your countertop or a tablecloth or anything like that. I just like setting it on a cooling tray. If you don't have one of these, you can put it on the stovetop. Obviously that's meant to withstand a lot of heat, so that's a good place also to carefully take it out of the oven and put on your stovetop. So now it's time to get this out of the oven. Now, we're not totally done yet, so make sure you keep at least one of these on. Let's close the oven back. You don't want to turn the heat off. I forgot to say that earlier. Keep the heat on. Just take the sheet pan out because we want to flip the pieces of toast over. So, I want to get my tongs and carefully flip them all over. So, if it sticks a little bit, don't worry about it, don't freak out. If it sticks a lot, you know what, don't worry about it or freak out either. So it's just fine. It happens to everybody. That in the sink, and open the oven. We're gonna put these back in for another 3 to 5 minutes. So if it's ever an option between 3 and 5, I always set it for the in-between, so I'm gonna set mine for 4 minutes. Okay. So those look pretty okay. I'm gonna use my tongs so it feels like the edges are nice and crispy, but the inside is still nice and soft. So you're not looking for it to be totally brown, or else the edges will be too hard, and you don't want it to be too mushy. So just seeing that the edges are a little crisp tells me that this is going to be a pretty okay slice of French toast. So I'm going to put my gloves on, just kind of shift this off to the side. While that cools down a little bit, we're going to get our plate and our additional toppings. And of course, you can't have French toast without maple syrup. So I got maple syrup here. I also got a banana because I really like bananas, and raspberries. So while we're just kind of letting that cool down, I say let's go ahead and slice the banana. Let me get a butter knife, because that's really all you need. It's not like you need a sharp knife for a banana. And peel that bad boy. And we've got our raspberries. So you move the knife away, and hopefully the French toast has cooled down enough that you can pick them up. Oh, look at that. Let's give that a drizzle of the maple syrup. Oh yeah, that's a nice drizzle. Whoop, it's like glugging out. All right. And I washed my berries, so make sure that you wash your berries. Just rinse them off at least, because, you know, transferring from when they get picked to go into your grocery store, you never know what's touched them, so just rinse them off. So I've already rinsed mine off and let them dry. Oh, that looks delicious. Let me get a fork. And there is your super easy Mother's Day French toast. I can't wait to dig in. If you want to do this at home and you want to toot your own horn, then post a picture, share it with us. I learned a lot from my family when I started cooking, and if you want to do this with your family and learn some more and just have fun with this, I hope you do. And then you can post pictures of your family making this together. And make sure that you continue to go to our website and our Facebook page, because there's always stuff being posted everywhere. And I will make sure to post the recipe on our website. If you go to the Teens tab and then the Programs for Teens, I should have the recipe up there for you as well. So I hope you had fun. I hope you do this and have fun. And I can't wait to see you all soon. Hopefully sooner than later.